Hello, my little draconic wolfkins. If you guys like what you see and hear, please like, subscribe, and turn on that bell to get notified. And if you guys want to send me your own horror stories, my email is in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. So, before the story begins, we need to go back to 2015 when I first remember going to Mexico in the state of Michoacan, where my mom's side of the family lived. If I pronounced that state name wrong in New Mexico, I am so sorry. Uh, Comment below on how you pronounce it, or I can just Google Translate it, I guess. But, anyways, my mom's uncle owned a ranch surrounded by avocado trees. Now, before you actually enter the ranch, you have to go up this path where trees surround you left and right. It didn't take long to get there, maybe a minute or a minute and a half. Okay, I mean, that's a short driveway. Would that be a driveway? Regardless, during the day, that path didn't bother me. Now, keep in mind, I was 7 at the time. During the night, when we returned from Pueblo? Pueblo, yeah, that sounds better. Which is about 6 minutes away driving. It creeped the hell out of me when I would always believe something was lurking behind a tree staring at me or something, and upon arrival to the ranch it was nothing but darkness except the light from the house where everyone was. Okay. So that's basically the backstory and introduction to my uncle's ranch in Mexico. Now there is Pueblo, I mentioned, but I won't be getting into detail about it in the story. Aw, okay, but I guess it's not relevant. Chapter 2, Return to Mishkonen, July 17th, 2023. My last visit to Mishkonen was in 2019. With the pandemic and everything, it prevented me from going. Now, returning this time around made me excited to the point where I felt like a kid on Christmas Day. Aw, that's kind of exciting. Waiting to open the presents. Upon arrival at my uncle's ranch at around 1 p.m., everything was normal. I greeted family members and waited for my cousin, who we're going to call Kay, okay, privacy reasons, to arrive so my other cousin, who we're going to call D, D, okay, and I could go for a walk deep into the ranch. Now keep in mind that this was the first time we arrived, got settled, and eventually went to the ranch. It took 5 hours and the sun was about to set. Oh no. While on the path to the ranch, I asked Kay if he thinks this path is haunted at night, to which he replied, Claro que sí. Of course. Oh my god, my Spanish is horrible. But then again, I don't know Spanish. We laughed it off and talked about how we've been. After arriving, we walked deep. We laughed it off. After arriving, we walked deep into the ranch and everything seemed normal until we stumbled across giant holes in the ground. I said to K. Q esto? What is this? To which he replied, Eso es de los Trabalhadores? That's from the workers. We walked for another while, and we were walking. We all heard distant sounds of tractors and machines. I said, "Por qué si onion los tractoros?" Why can we hear tractors? Kay replied, "No sé, Gayu, si ya no es acabo los horos de trabajo." Oh my god, this is gonna be hell. I don't know, man. The work hours are over. Dee shouted jokingly, "Nos van a espantar? We're going to get scared." Dee had always been the one to believe in stuff like that, but we passed it off, but still confused and a little creeped out by it. I mean, I would too. And holy fucking shit, I am sorry. I don't speak Spanish. After some more walking, the sun had set and it was our time to return. All of us turned on our phone flashlights and talked about what we were going to do these 10 days we were here. Kay sees someone in the distance and we all assume it was a family member coming to get us, and we all yelled, "Aquí estamos, we're over here." And we didn't walk to who we saw, as we could barely make out who it was. A minute passed and no response. Both D and K turned around and proceeded to walk back, assuming it was a lost animal. No, I don't think so. However, I wasn't stupid because clearly it was someone. Yeah, it was someone. It didn't have the shape of an animal. Before turning around, I saw something run into a tree and hide behind it. I instantly yelled, "I no goyo esta persona no es familiar a la verga?" That person isn't a family member. Holy shit. Nope. We start running. We all started running, and in the distance, we could see the house's lights. When we got close enough, we stopped running and turned around to see nothing but darkness. All of us were relieved and began walking to the house. Before entering, we heard distant sounds of a woman screaming, "Oh, hell nah. Hell fucking nah." Which terrified the fuck out of us, and we sprinted into the house, locking it. Now, we returned because we were called for dinner. Upon entering the kitchen, nobody was there. As I turned on the lights, I looked at the glass sliding door in the far back corner and saw a shadow peeking over. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. As I turned the lights on, it disappeared. Now creeped out, I tell my cousins, "Yo va el aglo afuera?" I saw somebody outside. We discovered that we were having dinner not at the house at the ranch, but the house that was down the path to go to the ranch. Oh no. So in 2016, 2017, my uncle built a house along the path that gets you to the ranch. When we saw the message, we were terrified to walk back. So we make a call to go to our other uncle who we're going to call in. Now once we get picked up, Dee goes in the passenger seat, and Kay and I get in the trunk. Trunk? Like the back? Go. And try not to fall off. Okay, so it is the trunk. So, like the bed of the truck, I guess. While driving back, Kay and I see two figures at the gates to enter the ranch. We yell, Dale and Von Aglugen. Okay, Aglugen sounded German, but I'm sorry. I trust the Nestro. Go, and there's somebody behind us. He speeds up, and we arrive at the house and sprint inside. We tell everyone our story, but as usual, they don't believe us. I went to bed that night terrified, as was my first encounter with anything paranormal. Holy shit. That is scary. But hold on, guys. There's more to this bullshit story. Chapter 3. Shadow Linger. July 22nd, 2023. Days after not going to the ranch, except for dinner, I was chilling. I had just finished eating tacos with my cousins, and my aunt is in distress as she could not find her iPhone for work. Ah, shit. She then located it on her Mac, and I asked where it is. She replied, it's on the path to the ranch. My heart skipped a beat as she wanted me to come with her. I mean, yeah, thankfully driving and not walking, we drove for a little, and after being in the area of the phone, we heard beeping in the distance. No, run, turn back, screw the phone. We walked to the phone where she picked it up and found it. I looked over at the gate, remembering what I saw a few nights ago on our way back. I looked out of the window and looked back. I saw a woman in white clothes and dark hair peeking behind a tree. I sat back down and told my aunt to take me to Pueblo instead of the house. She could tell I was scared and drove me. I never returned to the ranch for the rest of the trip. I do not blame you, man. Chapter 4. The Dread Returns. March 22nd, 2024. Okay, so this happened about a year ago. I had just gotten news a few days ago that the family is returning to Mexico later this year, this time for the whole summer. I'm terrified to return, but I hope you enjoy this story of my first paranormal experience. Holy shit,